I love avocados, but they are very hard to find. I live in a very rural area, and lots of times when I go into my grocery store looking for an avocado, I can't find one. Sometimes they're just hard as golf balls, and other times they're soft as mush, and it's just almost impossible for me to find a perfect avocado. So I've given up trying to do it. What I do is when avocados go on sale for 99 cents, I go in and I buy as many good-looking ones as I can. Now, I bought these a couple of days ago, and they were not quite ripe. But that didn't bother me. I just bring them home, and I very carefully watch them for when they ripen. And an avocado is ripe, or perfect for guacamole, when it yields to gentle pressure from your thumb. So I found these 5. We would never eat 5 at one time, and of course they've all ripened together. So I'm going to show you how I preserve them. One time when I was walking by the freezer section in my grocery store, I saw frozen guacamole in a little container that you could buy in the freezer section. And I got to thinking, if they can do that, I can too. So I came home and figured it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these avocados open, and I'm going to scoop out the meat with a spoon and put it in my mixer. And then I'm going to beat them with this beater on my mixer. If you just have a handheld mixer, that works fine too. But I'm going to beat them up, and I'm going to put in a little bit of ascorbic acid. Well, it's actually citric and ascorbic acid. Let me get it and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, this is what I'm using today. Usually I just use ascorbic acid that I buy in a bag from the Amish at a local Amish store, but I don't have any of that today. And how perfect, it's got an avocado on the front of this. This is Fruit Fresh, and it is dextrose, which is a little bit of sugar, ascorbic acid, citric acid, and a couple other agents to keep it from caking. To these 5 avocados, I'm probably going to only put about 1/4 of a teaspoon of this ascorbic acid, and then I'm going to show you what I do to it. Okay, sometimes with avocados, doing your best to select the perfect ones. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Here is a perfect looking avocado. Here's one that was overripe. Even though it felt fine on the outside, it was overripe on the inside. And I'll try to salvage this, taking the dark spots out, and we'll eat it tonight, but I will not freeze it or try to preserve it. These are perfect, and 4 out of the 5 were perfect and look just like this. So here's one that's perfect. Here's one that's not right. And you know it when you taste it, because it just tastes a little old. So anyway, I would never preserve that one. But the rest of them look like this, so I'm pressing on. Okay, literally, that took about 15 seconds. Here's the beater I used. I'm going to scrape it off. I'm going to scrape down the sides. I'm going to bag this into 2, maybe 3 bags. You can see that the color is just perfect on it. I don't whip it into a fine puree. I just mix it up so that the big chunks are smashed. And I'll bag it up and show you what it looks like. All right, I divided the avocado into 2 bags. You can see how it looks, just beautiful. And I freeze them flat in my freezer, and that's all I do. And no kidding, start to finish, this might have taken me 3 minutes. Very, very quick, very fast and easy. So into the freezer they go. A couple of months ago I made a video where I took some avocado out of the freezer because I knew I wanted to show you how to do this. So I'm going to tack that on to the end here and show you what it looks like when it comes out of the freezer. This is just avocado. And so if you want to make guacamole out of it, you add everything you want to it as soon as you thaw it out. And it's just perfect to have in January or February when you can't find a good avocado and you want to make homemade burritos with your homemade tortillas and can't find an avocado. You just go pull it out of your freezer, and there you have it. I hope this excites you and that it's something you'll try. Katzcradul. Okay, and here is one. I was processing more avocados today. I only have 1 bag left in the freezer. Usually what I do is I take a big freezer Ziploc bag like this, and I mark it avocados and the date I processed it, and then I can slip the individual bags in here. I can get up to 10 of them in here, and this is how I store it in the freezer. This is the last bag I have. You can see what a beautiful green it is, just exactly like if it were freshly mashed. And I just open this up, take the bowl. If I think about it the night before, that's perfect because then I could just cover it with plastic wrap and let it defrost in the freezer overnight, and it's ready for dinner the following night. I didn't happen to do that today, so I'm just going to let it thaw on the counter, and it'll be ready for this evening to put on tacos or on nachos or just to dip as an appetizer. Of course, it's frozen solid, but you can see the beautiful color. It's just exactly as if it were freshly mashed. So there it goes. It's frozen. I'm going to let it thaw. Cover it with a little plastic wrap. And we'll have fresh, identical to fresh guacamole this evening, and you can add whatever you want to it. Tomatoes, onion, lemon juice, salt and pepper, whatever you want. And it tastes exactly like freshly mashed avocado. I hope you love this katzcradul.